All right, we're back at it. Welcome to Take It to the Grave. Episode, is it 7? I think it's 7.
I don't know.
I think it is
Sure.
7. It seems like we can't keep anything consistent, so damn, life is so busy. Welcome to the show. I'm Bud. Welcome my co-host, Nick Push. Nick, how you doing tonight?
What's up, man? Doing good. How about you?
Hold on. Let me get that off there.
Echo,
It's some
echo,
clusterfuck.
echo. Yeah, all
How
good.
about
Who
now?
cares?
Can you hear the
Yeah, you
echo
good?
now?
You good?
All right, we're good.
Nope, we're good.
All right, we're good. All right, so tonight, this is a fucking awesome list. Awesome list. You said that this is probably your most favorite that we've done.
Dude, I can't believe it. Yes. Yes, I think easily it is my most favorite because there's just a variety of movies. And I'm looking at my list right now, and I'm guessing that maybe we have two of the same. Maybe I don't even know about that. So this was fun. A little challenging, but fun.
Yeah, you know what? I bet we don't have very many of the similar. You might be right, maybe one or two, but yeah, it's a challenging list because we decided to do top 10 standalone horror movies. And the criteria for this is there's no sequels, no prequels. And it's been tough, man. Because just when you think
No
you found
remakes
one,
too.
and no remakes as well. Like The Town That Dreaded Sundown, I did not even know that Bloomhouse made a fucking remake of that. Had no clue.
Hmm.
Go to the chat. Has anybody seen that? Like, I'm almost afraid to watch it because the original Town That Dreaded Sundown is so amazing. Let's get the
I'm
chat up
sure.
in here.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not.
Would you say that Bloomhouse, that their track record, they have a nice, they've been around a while. I think they started with Paranormal Activity, but they come out with new shit all the time. Do you think Bloomhouse has a good track record as it comes to
Um,
horror?
that's a interesting question. Before I answer it, let's just take a
Yeah.
moment to think about how cool it is that we have, Blumhouse to a studio, a production company that is just churning out horror movies. So like, even though there's a lot of stinkers in there, occasionally we get some good ones. So that's cool as hell. I would say track record, I'd say 50-50, on most of them. Some
50-50.
are decent.
I think
Yeah, some are
I
decent,
think
some are
they've
shit.
kept the horror genre going because they,
Yes. Yes.
low budgets, high returns. So it kind of gives everybody kind of a blueprint. And horror is doing very well. We have some big ones coming up here in a couple weeks. Saw 10. We have
Yeah.
The Exorcist Believer a couple weeks after that. Five Nights at Freddy's. There's another slasher. Bloomhouse did. It's coming out on Amazon. It's like where this kid goes back in time to the 80s to stop a horror slasher or some shit. I can't remember the name of it. It's like the 80s
Really
killer or something. Yeah. Looks pretty cool actually.
interesting.
That
Yeah.
I think it's October 6th, straight to Amazon Prime. So if you have that,
Okay.
you could check it out. Let's
Yeah.
get to the chat. Let me take these off so I can see. Let's get to the chat here. We got Alley Girl, happy Wednesday. Real Dead, welcome. Returning. I think you were on our last one. Like I said, let's talk some horror. I'm ready. Let's go, Mike. How did you know my name is Mike? Oh, I mean, let's see here. Who else is here? Adam Howard. A couple of mine may have remakes. They can't have remakes. We're challenging you to go find
Well,
Standalone, like a movie
that's the
that.
thing. Like, I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm gonna name a movie and someone's gonna be like, "Well, that is this. This movie was remade or it's a remake from here." So I tried my best, man, to make sure there's no sequels. But I have a feeling, some of these, someone might be able to call something out. So hopefully not.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll have to take it on a case by case basis, I guess. We'll have to see. But for me and you, we challenged ourselves. No
Yep.
sequels, no prequels, no remakes. Wayne Turner, hi all. It's 11:30 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. Lots of movies to pick. Aussie horror, The Loved Ones.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay,
Isn't the do you remember that movie Funny Games? Have you ever seen that? I think that's an
mm-mm,
Australian. It's like a home
okay,
invasion. It has Naomi Watts.
okay. Yeah, yeah, that sounds
Really,
familiar.
really, really fucked up movie. Correct, Shane Emerson. Movies don't count as a standalone if they are a remake. Yeah, we want it to be good enough to stand on its own, but you know, maybe filmmakers that are just like, let's leave sleeping dogs, let them lie. It's very rare in the horror, but there are a few. Let's see here. Bud wears the sunglasses at night. Sometimes. Okay, looks like Real Dead's throwing his out. This kind of I'm seeing all kinds in there. We're gonna go Joe, welcome to the chat. Bud the Hitman Heart. I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with that. No, that's a
Yeah, there
tribute
you go.
to Blake. It's tribute to all the good names are taken. They're going through some troubles and just wanted to give them a
Y-
shout out. Love those guys. All right, Nick.
You know
I've
what
just been
scares me about
rambling.
tonight?
Get
No, it's
get
fine.
something.
That's fine. That's fine. You know what scares me about tonight's list? I have a feeling either you or somebody in the chat is going to name a movie that I haven't thought of, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, fuck!" Like that would be like in my top five because, like, running through this list, I'm googling movies without sequels. I have my list. We say, when you brought up the topic, the first thing I'm like, "Oh, The Thing." Well, no, remake, obviously. And then I thought of a
Yeah.
few others, and I'm looking, and there's little bullshit sequels I never heard of. That so many movies popped in my head, but I have a feeling I missed one or two. So it's a little stressful on that count.
Yeah, Shane Emerson, Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. That's coming to Paramount Plus October 3rd. It's a prequel to Pet Cemetery. So
So
it's a
is that
prequel, I think.
a prequel to the OG or a prequel to the remake?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess
Hmm.
both. You know what? I'm gonna make a
Yeah, could be.
confession. I've never seen either Pet Cemetery.
What?
Never seen it.
What? Dude,
Yeah.
dude, the original's so good. And the
The
second Pet
loved ones
Cemetery
is
2
good.
is a batshit crazy horror movie that's fucking ridiculous, but
Mhm.
in all of the great ways. Like it is awesome. It's got Edward Furlong in there. It's got Anthony Edwards in there. Uh, it's good.
You've convinced me. I'm gonna check it out. Let's see here. Shane Emerson, Naomi Watson, Funny Games is a remake. He's right. Can't put it's not on my list. You know what, Blake? That's a low blow. Nice shades, but go Broncos. Come on. They're they're gonna be failures this year.
Well, he's
We were gonna do an
he's
NF
a he's
we
a
were gonna
fan of
do
the
an
second best
NFL
team in the
episode.
league. So
Huh?
yeah, that was my fault. I said Blake's brave because he's a fan of the second best team in the league behind the Cowboys. So
That's right. The 49ers. I don't know. I think the 49ers are gonna be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl.
they may
My quick
they may.
predictions, I have San Francisco and Kansas City rematch. And I think the Niners are going to win it all this year. That was my Super Bowl pick. We were going to do an NFL type deal, but we weren't able to get it in. Do you have any picks for the Super Bowl? I had the
Um,
49ers winning it all.
I mean,
And I
my
want to point
Cowboys
out
are
I was
looking tough
correct
after
last year.
Sunday night. You were correct last year.
I
I'll
was.
take the Jets. I'll take the Jets.
Okay, we did not record this
Yeah.
prior to Monday. Just to let everybody know. So you're gonna put
Yeah.
your money.
Zach Wilson.
You gonna play?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is going to get hurt. Yeah.
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 Let's see here, guys. This list was almost impossible. So there's one thing I wanted to bring up
It's
newsworthy.
tough.
Did you see Nev Campbell uh, did a little? They're doing the Toronto International Film Festival, and someone caught her on the red carpet and asked her about the Scream thing. And it sure to me sounds like things are not all well with that. And she is at the moment not back for Scream 7. She said that she felt disrespected, and if she was a man, she would have been given all the money that she was asking for, What do you think of that, Nick? Do you think that's problems for Scream 7 if Nev Sidney Campbell's not back?
Uh, I'm gonna duck
You're gonna
tomatoes
duck?
here, but I'm gonna duck and cover because at some point, cry me a fucking river. These fucking celebrities, man, and whining about shit. I'm just over it. I'm so over it. Um, but I'll save that for another video on my channel,
Yeah.
so I don't
Okay.
lose
Yeah,
all your
that's a good
people.
idea.
Uh,
5 minute
but
special. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Like you said, I agree with you that it sounds like all is not well, and it's going to take some mending of fences. And you know what?
Well,
I
let-
guess money
Let's
money
be
cures
honest.
all.
It's
So
it's gonna be about the
yeah,
money, and sounds like they're
yep,
still negotiating. So
yeah. Which good for her. I'd be fucking negotiating too. Pay me. That's what I'd be saying.
Joe.
But don't expect me as a fan to like feel sorry for you.
Okay. Well, Joseph the horror guy, welcome. He just got a Jason mask. I have
Nice.
one. If you look up above, up here, no, up here, dude, this is hard to do. Up there, right there,
It is
Jason.
hard.
All right, you ready to get into the list? Let's get our top. Let's get
Dude,
our number
yes, because
tens
this is
in, everybody in the chat.
yeah, like we talked about. This was fun. This is really fun. This is my favorite list that we've ever done.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and
Variety.
give
There's
me.
gonna be so much
Go ahead.
variety.
You go ahead and kick us off with your number 10
All right, I'm
standalone
kicking off,
horror
and
film.
and like we mentioned earlier, we did our best to make sure there's no sequels, no remakes, no prequels. If there's some obscure bullshit prequel that was on Lifetime or something that we didn't hear about, sorry, this is the best we could do. But for mine, number 10 is going to be, I think it was 2007, but it's The Mist. Frank Darabont's The
Oh,
Mist. Uh,
I missed that one, and god damn it, you're right.
yeah, yeah. See, this is working. You're gonna say something. I'm gonna be doing the same thing. I guarantee it. But yeah, I love The Mist. Obviously, it's well known for having just a fucking gut wrenching ending. Some of
Oh
the
my god, does
CG
it
with the
ever?
monsters, some of the CG, it doesn't age very well. They're trying to be Lovecraftian and things like that, but it doesn't really bother me. Um, but yeah, The Mist is awesome.
Okay,
And see,
Nick,
Shane's already
technically
called
The
me out.
Mist
Says
is a
technically there's
TV.
a Mist TV show. I know. See, that's a thing. Like yeah, that's tough. So yeah, see,
It is tough.
I fucked up already. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I'm sure we might get a couple like that. Shane, I'm just glad you didn't
So,
pull a well, actually, So
so Wayne Turner, The Mist is coming out on 4K Blu-ray in a few weeks. You need to upgrade that DVD. Quit fucking around. All right. All right. So
what do you
my
got?
number 10 is going to be, I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if anybody's seen this, but a lot of the movies on my list, I did a top 5 movies horror films you should see. And this was on the list. It's Eyes of a Stranger. It was made by the same production guys. It had Tom Savini did all the special effects for it.
Ooh,
So all the Friday the 13th people produced it. It's about and I think it's set in your neck of the I won't say where your neck of the woods, but you know what I'm talking about. I won't say where you're at, but it's set there, and there's
really?
a killer on the loose, and it's about this news lady who's hot on the case, and it has what's her name? Remember, single white female. What's her name? Jennifer Jason Leigh. That's like
Did
her
you find it?
first movie role.
Oh,
Yeah, she plays a blind, and she plays like Helen Keller in this, but really sleek,
what's it called?
kind of. It's called Eyes of a Stranger.
Okay.
You might be able to find it on Tubi. Could be on there.
Okay.
Every now and then it pops up on Amazon Prime, but man, just it has all those cool Tom Savini special effects. So the killer's kind of a dud, but it's a really cool slasher flick, and I enjoy it. So you want to take the list
Okay. Let's
in the
go.
chat
Yeah.
if you can
Yeah.
sort this all together here.
I'm scrolling up. Yep. We're gonna start. I'm just gonna see if anyone has a 10 here. We'll do our best. If we missed you guys, if we miss you guys, and just know that we don't mean to, and just put it
See,
again, and
if you
we'll read it.
scroll up
Uh,
and you see Wayne
Shane,
Turner, where Beyond the Mask, you
Wayne
see his
Turner, Beyond the Masks, the Leslie Vernon story, I
Vernon.
believe. That's a
Yes,
fascinating movie. I enjoyed it. Robert England's
it's
in
like
there, but that's a
yeah,
fascinating movie.
it's like a horror
Uh,
mockumentary,
yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's very clever. Uh,
kind of spoofing
Shane going with
kind
Mandy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, Shane's Mandy. I think
No,
that's the
no,
Nick Cage one, right?
I think so. I thought I remember
Yeah.
the All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. That's what I thought it was, but I have not seen the Nicolas Cage Mandy.
Neither have I. Scott with with It Follows. I haven't seen that, but I've heard it's fantastic.
It is a
I know the
deep burn, like a deep track type of movie.
yeah. Ellie going with Stephen King's Cujo. Love Cujo. D. Wallace. Let's see here. Blake going with one of my favorites. Not on my list. It just missed, but Silver Bullet. I love that movie. So good. I
Also,
just watched that recently.
also coming to
Stephen
4K
King.
in November. Yes, look for
Yeah.
that.
Um,
I like it
and
too.
Adam
I
rounding
watched.
out our Stephen. Yeah.
No, I watched
Go
it
ahead.
for the first time. I watched it was on a stream with the Halloween verse back in the day. But did a watch
I
party.
remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that. And Adam sticking with Stephen King, going with Christine. Does Halloween Ends count as a remake? No, no. But
yeah,
good call out on that, Adam. All right, my number
it
nine.
would have been close.
Yeah, would have been.
Yep.
All right, my number nine. If you got a number nine, put it in there. Before I get to my number nine, I just want to say my number one and my number five, but especially my number one. If you guys haven't seen that when we get to there, I want you guys to stick around because the fact that this movie is not talked about a lot is fucking criminal, and I'm excited to talk about it. But my number nine is M. Night Shyamalan's first movie, The Sixth Sense. Was that 99 or whatever it came out? Yeah, Bruce Willis,
Mm-hmm.
Haley Joel Osment. It became kind of a pop culture sensation on its own. You can say, if you say it to some random person on the street, I see dead people, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. And started twist endings being a big thing again. So yeah, Sixth Sense, my number nine.
That's a good one. My number nine. It's gonna be a movie. I don't know if anybody's seen it. I've talked about it. I don't know why this thing hasn't caught on. Kind of hopefully a cult classic down the line, but it's called The Stylist. It came out during the pandemic. You can definitely find it on streaming in some places, but it's basically about a crazed hairstylist who's it's like a it has Brea Grant. You remember her from Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. She's kind of her and the stylist chick. She cuts her hair and she's like obsessed with her, and it's just
Hmm.
it has a really fucked up ending. But
Okay.
if you can find it, man, definitely go watch it. It's a really great slasher flick. So The Stylist, Arrow Video. All right, let's get to the.
I'm gonna have
See,
to
I see
rewatch
Blake
this
in here.
video so we can see.
Yeah, Blake. Final Exam. That is an old, early '80s slasher. I think you can find that on Amazon Prime. Excuse me. Shane Emerson, Haunt. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's a good
You
one.
ever heard of Haunt? Is it a good one?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see.
It's like it's what you'd expect. They're going to a haunted house.
Let's see. Alley Girl. Let's go to Scotty here. Party Line, about a brother and sister who kills people from a party line with Leaf Garrett. I, I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
Either have I.
Let's see here. I was wondering if Wayne Turner was going to bring this up. Dead Silence. Is that I know it's like is it an Australian thing? Is it Peter Jackson maybe?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Am I right?
I think you're right.
Let's see here. Alley and Girl number 9, Deadly Friend. Man, on some of these I've never heard of.
I've heard of it. Haven't seen it.
Yeah. Adam Howard, man. This one just missed it. The
Yeah, it's
Burning.
good.
It's a real Friday the 13th kind of rip off, but was it Cropsy or I think pretty fun movie. James Wan,
Yeah.
that's right. Dead
James
Silence.
Wan. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch anything. I'll watch anything with James Wan. Yeah.
So
See, this is why
all
this is gonna
right,
be fun, man, because we can look at all these movies we haven't seen.
exactly. Well, I'm gonna have to write some of these down. Go ahead, Nick, with your number 8.
Yeah. All right, my number 8. It's gonna be a relatively recent movie. It's called The Autopsy of Jane Doe. You ever seen that?
Oh yes, I saw it a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's essentially they uh people that work at a morgue, father and son, I believe. Father's played by Brian Cox, and they get some random body of some girl, and they're doing the autopsy, and all kinds of crazy supernatural shit starts happening, and they start finding different things on the body that makes it seem like it was some type of ritual killing, and it's got some batshit crazy scares and some batshit crazy kind of plot. I don't want to call them twists, but plot moments where it's just like, holy shit, they went there. It's really fucking good.
So
So
it takes
that's
place
my
in
number
the
8.
autopsy suite. That's it. It's all in there.
Yep. Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, my number 8. It's gonna be Alice, Sweet Alice. It's another. It's a '70s movie. It has Brooke Shields. It was her first role. I think it was
Didn't you talk
'76. It's
about
kind
this
of.
on like your first solo stream, right?
I did. Yes, a couple of these movies they're standalone, but it's like a kind of tied. The Exorcist came out, and kind of a religious type themes in this movie, but it's fucking has a lot of creepy, and it has kind of a twist ending, kind of like Scream a little bit, where you don't know who the killer is really. Yet, like you have all these red herrings, and it has a reveal. It's a pretty cool movie if you haven't checked it out. Not sure if you can stream it. Might be tough to find that, but definitely a
I don't think so.
fun
Yeah.
'70s slasher flick. So Alice, Sweet Alice. All right, if
All
you want to go
right.
ahead and do the.
Yep. I'm just gonna read Real Dead Josh's number 9 real quick. He had Malignant. I still haven't seen that.
I haven't
Speaking of
either.
James Wan,
I have not.
but that I know you can stream. I just haven't gotten to it. All right, Blake's number 8, Ghost Ship. I haven't seen that in forever.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
been since
remember
probably
kind
when
of
it
enjoy.
came out.
Yeah, I remember it was fun. Shane with a movie that I've been meaning to watch, haven't yet. That's Eden Lake.
I don't think I've heard of
Heard a
that
lot of
one
good things
either.
about it. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about it. I think actually I heard it from Shane. But yeah. Um, Wayne, I did not know M. Night Shyamalan debuted a movie in 92. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Allie going with some Kevin Williamson action here, teaching Miss
Mm.
Tingle. I think, Bud, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin Williamson directed that
He did.
as
This was
well.
his kind of gift for sticking with Scream, I guess. They let him
Yeah. Yeah.
funded his movie and let him direct it. Yeah.
Yep. Joseph's number 8 is a sequel to the new Insidious movies.
I have not seen any of
Um,
those.
you haven't seen any of the
I haven't
Insidious
seen a
movies?
single one.
Ooh, wow, man, watch the first one. It's good.
Okay.
Scott's number 8. While she was out, about 4 gang members who try to kill Kim Basinger because she witnesses a murder. Xmas horror movie. I've heard of that. Might have heard it
Yeah,
from you on another.
yeah, he had it on one of his other lists.
Yeah, yeah, and I remember saying that sounds interesting because it does sound interesting.
Of
Uh,
course, Kim Basinger. Yeah.
yeah. Real Dead Body Bags. I love John Carpenter's Body Bags. So fucking just, it's just fun. It's kind of like Creep Show type anthology or
No,
Tales
that.
from the Crypt. 3 different stories. Wes Craven not stars, but Wes Craven's an actor in one of them. Toby Hooper
No
directs one
kidding.
of them. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's not like great or anything, but it's really really fun. Uh, Wayne Turner with Trick. Haven't heard of that.
Me either. There's so many movies with the word trick in it, though.
Yeah. Adam with the Sixth Sense. Don't listen to the cop in Scream 4. Bruce Willis is great. Yes, agreed. Agreed. And then Shane chimes in and says that Alice, Sweet Alice, it's only 99 cents on
It
Prime. Okay, that's worth it
it's
then.
not a porn at all. It's about a little girl that gets killed, and she has a crazy kind of little bit older sister, and they go to like a Catholic school. It's very religious themed. No porn,
Okay.
but it's great. It's great. Just Google Alice, Sweet Alice. Look at the first picture. Tell you all you need to know. Creepy fucking mask.
Yes. All right, my number 7.
All right.
I gotta throw in a movie that I know Bud hates. I just know he does. You know what? You know what movie I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
I just watched it recently.
Oh man,
John Carpenter,
Prince of Darkness. Yeah.
Prince of Darkness. So yeah, John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness came out in maybe 87 ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's the second movie in his apocalypse trilogy, but it's not a trilogy. It's just 3 movies that deal with an apocalypse, kind of. But yeah, and the plot of this movie sounds absurd because it is absurd. It's Satan is in this green liquid in an underground church and being experimented or being researched by um, some like grad students, and Donald Pleasance is in there playing a priest, and Alice Cooper's a homeless guy in there. I don't know how to describe it, but just very atmospheric, very Carpenter. The score is very distinct, and it's just kind of batshit craziness starts happening. These people start getting possessed by the liquid, and it's kind of bringing about the end of days. And there's just some creepy imagery with the people having the same dream. Donald Pleasance is, Donald Pleasance. This was a year before Halloween 4, Dr. Loomis. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Prince of Darkness. I know you're not, Bud, but that's why these lists are
Yeah.
fun because uh, we get to each kind of take movies we've seen, and some of them are going to be on my list, some of them are going to be on your list, and that's why doing shit like this is fun. So I'm a big fan of it. If you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to check it out. It is weird, but I like
And yeah. Well, it does have Donald Pleasance in it, so I guess it has that going for it.
it. Yes.
So yeah.
All right.
All right. So
What do you
number
got?
7. For me, The Faculty. We did. I can't say, but it's kind of
We're going
popped
to
up on
do.
streaming. The Faculty.
You can say.
Can I say? Oh well, I we'll be
Just say
on
it.
we'll be
Who
on
cares?
Ronnie and Blake's. We'll be on all the good names are taken, and we're gonna do a complete breakdown of The Faculty. And yeah, watching it back, it's kind of a dumb movie, but it's still a lot of fun. Has a hot, cool cast, and yeah, it stands alone. I can't believe it. I can't believe they have not
I
made a
know.
sequel to that. Can you believe that? It's kind of
No. And
crazy to
as
me. I
far
think
as like, as
Robert
far as the,
Rodriguez
yeah.
directed it.
Yep. Yep. As far as the Scream, like the movies that kind of were inspired by Scream, there's tens and hundreds of them almost. It's definitely one of the very good ones because there's only a handful of them that are really good. And it's just, like you said, great cast, fun premise. And it's just a fun movie that you can put on and, enjoy yourself for 90 or 100 minutes.
And it holds up too. If you watch it now, you
Yes.
can watch it. I think it's on HBO Max. Definitely holds up. A lot of fun. So, is it my turn on the
It's your
list?
turn, man.
All right, Blake. Man, he keeps throwing all these great ones. Like none that I've even thought of. Arachnophobia.
Ooh, I fucking love
I need to
Arachnophobia.
go back and revisit that.
I just did.
I always get
It
that.
holds
I
up.
get that and Eight-Legged Freaks mixed up. The one with D- Dewey. Fuck, man.
Yeah, Arachnophobia is way better.
That Alley Girl. It Follows. I've seen it one time. I just kind of a little bit slow for me, but maybe need to go revisit. Shane Emerson. You're Next. We may be talking about that later. Have you seen You're Next, Nick?
I haven't. I think we just talked about this when we were doing Final Girls,
Yeah.
and yeah. I
Yeah, that
definitely
has
need to see
a
this.
pretty memorable final girl. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
about um this girl who's the final girl. She's her and her boyfriend are visiting his family, and it's just a twisted, fucked up Crazy movie. Definitely. Another one I really can't believe they haven't done I can't believe they haven't done a sequel. Let's see here. Joseph the Horror Guy. I've not seen it, but I heard it's really funny. The Blackening. I
I
think
haven't
that
heard
just
of it.
came out on streaming. You haven't heard of The Blackening? It's
Mm-mm.
a horror movie that's all black cast. It's like a
Okay.
horror comedy.
Okay.
Sick. Yeah,
Sick.
that's Kevin Williamson. It came out on Peacock, I think sometime last fall.
Oh, that's the one you were telling me about,
Yeah,
right?
yes, it's really good. It's actually pretty decent. Um, Pretty standard horror flick for sure. It's kind of a pandemic themed type thing, but yeah, definitely worth a watch. Let's see here. Trick from 2019 horror slasher stars Omar Epps. Wow.
Okay. I love Omar Epps. Yeah.
Let's see here. Deep Rising with Treat Williams. Yeah, I kind of remember that. Rest in peace, Treat Williams.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 7 from Wayne Turner, The Loved Ones. I have not heard of that. I've
I think
definitely
it's Aussie.
heard of this one here. Adam Howard, Cabin in the Woods.
Hmm.
Another one. I'm kind of shocked that they have not had a sequel to. All the
I know.
number sixes are already
Wow.
rolling in.
Joss
So
Whedon.
is it
Joss
Joss
Whedon
Whedon
was
for real?
busy. Yeah. Yeah. Him and
Oh,
Drew
fuck that
Gooder.
guy.
They're
Well,
both
he
Buff.
got canceled. We can't support that guy,
Yeah.
can we?
I'm a Buffy fan, so I'm always going to support him. But yeah, he's not having the best of a few years here.
All right. So the number sixes are rolling in. So Nick, if you want to take us into number 6.
I'm sticking with my boy John Carpenter, Christine. I've kind of talked about this movie at nauseum, but yeah, I'm a huge fan of this movie. Once again, what's with Carpenter and ridiculous concepts? I know this is Stephen King wrote this, but an evil car that essentially possesses Arnie Cunningham, a nerd, and turns him into a raging lunatic asshole. And the scene that in Christine, there's a lot of them, but the scene in Christine that always gets me is the scene at the drive-in when it's raining and Arnie goes outside and the girl is inside. And the music just comes on and she starts choking on her popcorn and the doors lock. And the car is essentially jealous of Arnie's relationship with her, and it's just really well done. The windows are foggy. The score by Carpenter is fantastic in this. I'm a big fan of Christine, and every time I watch it, I just become a bigger fan. So it's my number 6.
Yeah, DNG Explorers, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the
Hey,
follow, the sub. Christine will be in theaters again. I think it is the 40th anniversary.
really?
Is it
Ooh,
this year?
yeah,
I
because
think
it
it
came
came
out
out in
in 80. It
83.
came out in 83. Yeah, it came out in 83. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
tracks.
Yeah. Crazy to
Awesome.
think that it's already 40 years. Well, all right. I'll let you scroll back to. Oh, I have to give my number 6. My number
Yeah.
6 is going to be your next. We just talked about it. It's a fucked up, twisty, kind of has a twist ending. Like you don't know what's really going on. It's just these guys in a mask walking around with bows and arrows, just fucking people up, man. It's really twisted and a lot of fun. So it may be. I think it is on HBO Max. If you have that,
I hope so because I need to. I
yes,
need to
you
check that
definitely need
out.
to see it. Definitely.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's read some number 6s. Wayne Turner, his number 6 is You're Next. So a lot of people have mentioned that. So that I definitely have to see that. Blake with a good poll here. Maximum Overdrive.
Yep.
Good movie. I haven't seen that in forever.
Amazing.
That's
And
not the one that Stephen
Stephen
King actually
King.
directed, right?
Yeah, he directed it, and he said he was on blow the entire time.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
coked out of his
Oh,
head. Yeah.
that guy in the 80s, man, on coke all the time. Although the way he tweets, never mind. All right, Shane Emerson with The Host from 2006. The Host. I haven't seen that. Have you?
I don't think so. Is it like a Japanese
I know
thing?
Host for yeah, I know Host the pandemic, the when they came out during the pandemic, but not The Host. Okay.
Yeah.
Joseph throwing in Halloween 5 for good measure. Thank you, Joseph. Do, do, do. Real Dead. I knew we were going to get this one eventually. Midsummer or Midsummer or whatever. Uh, yeah, that just like Hereditary. Ari Aster. That movie is pretty crazy. I've only seen it
Yeah.
once, and I probably only want to see it once, just because it's one of those
So
Ari Aster
fucked
movies
up,
that
right?
makes you feel uncomfortable. Yeah, yeah, but like no, I feel like no matter what you feel, no matter how you think of Midsummer, whether you like it, whether you hate it, because I know it's divisive, it's a fucking well-made movie that I think even people that don't like it can agree that it's really well made.
Yeah, it is.
Allie
Definitely.
with the movie I was just asking Bud about like a week ago. Shocker, Wes Craven. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's
I
about a
need to
guy
check it out.
comes back from the dead. He's on death row, I think.
Yeah, I think it's played
It's
by a
been a
guy from
long
the X
time
Files,
since I've seen it.
Mitch Pileggi from the X Files.
Oh
Yeah,
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 yeah. He was
Skinner.
in the Dallas. Remember when they brought Dallas back?
Yeah,
He was on. He was like one of the villains on
was he?
that.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Scott with Cheerleader Camp, about a killer who kills cheerleaders at a camp with Leif Garrett. That is another one I haven't heard of. Sounds like an 80s
sounds
like
amazing.
cheese movie. Yeah, I was gonna say an 80s cheese movie that is right up my alley. Um, so yeah, that is our number sixes.
Yeah, Wayne Turner says the loved ones is Australian. I'm sensing a theme with you, Wayne Turner. So yeah, let's see here. All right, you want to get to the number 5?
My number five is one of two movies on my list, along with my number one. And like I said, it doesn't get talked about enough, and it's fucking criminal. And that is
Yeah.
Frailty. Bill
Oh yeah.
Paxton, who directed this movie. Only movie, as far as I know, that he directed. This movie is fucking
Yes.
pretty fascinating. Bill Paxton is the father of these two boys. One of them, Matthew McConaughey, plays the grown-up version in real time because it's kind of told through flashbacks. But essentially, Bill Paxton, raising his two boys because the mom is dead, comes home one day with a vision that God told him to kill demons, and he tells his boys this, and he starts bringing home these people to kill because God told him they're demons and he needs to kill them. And him and his boys start killing these random people, kidnapping these people, killing them. And one of the sons, the younger one, agrees with dad. He's believing his dad, and the other one, thinks his dad's lost his fucking mind. He's murdering these people, and it's just really well done. Some good twists and turns. Because it's Bill Paxton and he brings his, Bill Paxton-ness to the role. When he comes home and tells the boys this, when he's doing this, you believe that he believes that he was, sent this message from God. And I'm not going to spoil, anything else, but like it's really, really a
Yeah.
fascinating movie.
Yeah, and I'm kind of pissed I didn't think of it for my list because it is great. It's a great movie.
Yeah, see, I know there's going to be some that you have that I'm just like, damn,
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yep.
Okay, what do you got for your
My
five?
number 5 is going to be Midsummer. We talked about it a while ago. Like you said you've seen it once. I've watched it at least probably over 5 times.
Really? How's it like on repeat viewings?
It's amazing because
Yeah,
you kind of notice things you didn't see before. Because there's a lot
yeah,
packed into that movie, and there's a lot of fucking shit. It's like when they get to what is it in Sweden or whatever it is, and they're all
yep,
taking shrooms. The movie's just so fucking packed with a lot of imagery. It's just it's a wild ride, man.
yeah,
But I sense a theme with us. We have lots of movies with really twisty, fucked up endings, just
yes,
uncomfortable endings. But yeah,
yes,
Midsummer. It's my number. We're on number 5 already. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
It's a good one.
So is it my turn?
It is
Let's see
your turn.
here.
Oh, Wayne Turner's got one that I wish I had on my list. I love this movie.
Uh, I considered it. You're right. It's great. Great. Another great cast. Great story. Kind of Invasion of
Yes.
the Body Snatcher. Great
Yep.
fucking soundtrack. The
Yeah.
90s was probably. Would you say 90s soundtracks were like the best? I would
Um,
say so.
if we're talking soundtracks, yeah, it got a little too rocky where they started replacing scores to movie with actual songs, which I'm not a huge fan of. But as far as soundtracks, especially like like you said, Disturbing Behavior, all those movies in the late '90s kind of had some distinct soundtracks.
You're right. We got the same Blink 182 song in probably multiple movies. You're probably right.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. End of Days with
Ooh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Man,
I haven't seen that in forever.
I kind of just remember that being kind of wasn't that a flop for Arnold Schwarzenegger, if I
I
remember?
think it was. It came out with like what was that one where he was like a clone?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
talking about?
pro
The sixth day or something like that. Yeah.
yeah, so I think I probably saw it maybe once, but yeah. The Fog.
The
They never
fog. I
did a
wanted
remake of
that.
The Fog.
I wanted that, but yeah, that was like I don't know if I should count
Didn't
that.
they remake The Fog, Adam Howard? They remade it,
They
and
they did, and Adam remember Adam admitted that he was going to have a couple with
okay,
remakes.
alright. We'll allow it. Joseph The Shining.
Yeah, we both wanted
Um,
that on our list, but or I
yeah,
did, but Doctor Sleep ruined it for us.
it sure did. I haven't even seen Doctor Sleep. Shane
Ooh,
Emerson, Hereditary, another one I flirted with. Ari Aster,
I
you
flirted
talked
with
about
it
him. He
too.
directed Midsummer. How do you say it? Midsummer? Midsummer?
I call
It's
it
not,
Midsummer, but I've heard
but
people say
it's not.
Midsummer.
Yeah, someone corrected me one time in person, and wasn't too happy about it. So we'll go with Midsummer. Allie, another movie I have not seen yet, The Black Phone.
Oh, you haven't seen it? I saw that in the theaters. It's great.
For personal reasons, I haven't seen it. I refuse to watch it, and only you know why. We can't talk
Yes.
about that here. Let's see here. Mother's Day, Rebecca De Mornay, yes. About her criminal family who's trying to find their money in a home invasion movie. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Rebecca De Mornay, man. Whew. Stifler. What was
That's a
it?
pull. That's a hard pull.
Who would she play? Well, she was in one of the American Pie movies. She was Finch's mother. Remember? You remember that? Stifler got to fuck her
No.
on the football field. God, man,
Hmm.
I can't believe you don't know that. Deep Rising from Josh from Real Dead.
That's
That
the
one's
Treat
come
Williams
up.
one, right?
Treat Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. That looks like all the oh, there's another one. Misery. We had some questions
Misery's
about that.
great.
You thought there was a prequel or something to this, right? It
Yeah,
turns out
I was googling it. Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, the
it was only
Annie
a
Wilkes
podcast.
the college years or something." I was like, "Oh, fuck, but yeah, Misery's great."
Let's see here. Bill Paxton also directed a golf movie starring Shia LaBeouf, the
Huh.
greatest game ever played. I did not know that.
I didn't know
I had no
Paxton
clue.
directed that. Hmm.
Me either.
I've
I
never
didn't
seen
even
it,
know
but
he
I
was a
know of it.
director.
Yeah,
All right, man. The number fours are coming in. I like how everybody's just rolling them in. Everybody knows.
yeah, yeah. All right, my number four, as we head towards October, is going to be Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat, Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
The one with Little Sam. This movie is it's kind of anthology, kind of not. It's another Brian Cox movie. What the hell? But yeah, this movie's just bathed in Halloween atmosphere. Like, might be the most Halloweeny, whatever you want to say, movie out there. I think it came out in like 2007 or something like that. But it's fantastic. If you haven't seen it, like I said, it's kind of an anthology where all the stories come together at the end, like an episode of Seinfeld, kind of. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's great. And there's always this little, they call him Sam, standing around with his lollipop when bad things happen. It's about the rules of Halloween. It's really really well done. It's not really scary, but it has some good moments. So my
All right,
number four.
quickly. Beau is Afraid is 5 times crazier than Midsummer. Um, that's
Ooh,
Ari
interesting.
Aster's new movie with Joaquin Phoenix. I've not been able to watch it
Ooh,
yet, but I look forward to that for sure.
that's quite the statement. Yeah,
Um, yeah, my number four is going to be Valentine from I think
I
what
knew
was it,
you'd have that.
90s, 2000 or
I think it was 2001.
2001? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was
It's
2001.
kind of the tail end of the '90s hot young cast. Uh, it's kind of a Scream formula where you have a mass killer, you don't know who the killer is, the reveal at the end. I think it was kind of the end of that kind of genre, the '90s. Even though it came out, it was like 2000. But yeah, man, just another fun slasher, Valentine. I think I
That's
did a
great. The
live stream
cast is
on this one,
fucking
didn't I?
incredible. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
did.
did a live stream on Valentine. I did, yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
So
the cast of
none of my
that movie is
list.
incredible.
Yeah,
Hmm.
good stuff.
Yeah. All right,
I
you're
think it's
reading
your
the
turn.
fours, right? It's my turn. All right.
I,
My turn. Let's
I,
see.
I thought I
Excuse
thought
me.
I
Go
was
ahead.
I thought I was reading the evens, but go ahead. Who cares?
Yeah, okay. Uh, let's see. Number four is Joseph throwing the Hatchet 2 out there. We'll read that just for you, Joseph. Hatchet 2. I haven't seen any of the Hatchet movies. Um,
Mm-mm.
Blake was one of my favorite horror comedies of all time. Another Bill Paxton classic. Broken Lizards, Club Dread. Movie's so good. So good. Bill Paxton plays a guy that's kind of a rip on Jimmy Buffett, R.I.P. And
I
it's
just remember that being kind of a. I'm sorry, I'm stepping all over you.
no, go ahead. You remember that kind of being
I
what?
remember it being after it came out. That was their first movie after Super Troopers. I remember
After
everybody was
Super
just really
Troopers.
disappointed when. Yeah, everybody was really
I know.
disappointed when it came out. But,
Yeah. And then they came out with Beer Fest or whatever after that. But yeah, I
yeah,
think Club Dread's great. And Coconut Pete, I think, I think it's Bill Paxton's character's name. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna
And
go back and
I
watch
can't
it.
remember what. Yeah, I got it on DVD. All right. Real Dead Josh says Idle Hands. I love Idle Hands. It's a fun movie. Devin saw.
Hmm.
I just
Yep,
reviewed it a couple months ago, but yeah, it's a good one. Shane
got
with
it on the
Tucker and
shelf back there.
Dale versus Evil. I've never seen it. Have you?
Oh my god, so much fun! You definitely did watch it. So much fun.
Really? Is it
Another
like
one. I'm kind of
zombies
shocked they
or
have
what?
not.
Is it like
No,
Shaun of the
no,
Dead or what?
it's about these two like hillbillies that are going on a fishing trip and they're run into some teenagers who are going like they're going to a cabin in the woods or whatever, and they think Tucker and Dale are serial killers trying to kill them, and Tucker and Dale think that these kids are trying to fucking kill them. So it's fucking hilarious. Amazing movie.
Yeah,
Deserves
I've
a
heard of it.
sequel
I
for
just
sure.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot. So much fun.
Yeah, okay. Allie going with The Faculty, which we were just talking about. That's a great movie, a classic. Wayne Turner with Red State, a Kevin Smith movie. I have not seen that.
It's about crazy
Haven't
right
really heard of
wingers.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it. Um, uh, okay, I guess the title makes sense
It
then.
might
Okay,
offend you.
it might. I'm not easily offended. Um, Adam Howard agreeing with me about Frailty being great because it's his number four. I see you, Nick. As long as you don't have visions to kill me, Adam, we're good. Scott with the 2013 Nurse 3D about a nurse who kills lying men. So she kills every single man in the world?
Wait a minute. Are there 3D tits? Because that might make it a must watch.
Maybe.
You
Maybe.
need to know. We need to know.
What are you going to be reaching out and grabbing the screen?
Oh yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
maybe.
All right. I think that's all our number fours.
I believe so. Yep. All right, let's get to the number threes. Nick, what do you have?
My number three is a movie, and there's a couple of movies with this title. So I'm going to have to explain it, but it's called The Invitation. And I don't know if it came out on Netflix or Hulu, uh, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But it's essentially about a guy that gets invited to a dinner party hosted by his ex-wife, and it's really creepy and ominous. She's got her friends there. There's a backstory involving their son who died, and that was kind of the end of their marriage. And she's basically got her friends there, and she has joined a cult. You slowly see that she's joined a cult, and this dinner party is kind of the culmination of that. And they're trying to convert him, but he's having all this PTSD because of what happened, and it's really, really, uh, it's like a psychological thriller type where you're just trying to figure out what's going on. They're showing the cult videotape, and some other people that aren't in the cult are weirded out, so they're trying to leave, and and do they leave because so they were followed outside by someone to help them leave, and did he kill them? And there's just all kinds of different shit. It's just batshit crazy. You don't
Oh,
know what the hell's going on. You don't know if this guy's losing his mind. It's a great fucking movie. I want to say it came out in 2018, 2019, but it's really good. You ever seen it?
I've never seen it. I've seen it scrolling through Netflix, like you
Yeah.
say, but I've never actually watched it. I wrote it down, so
Okay.
I'll definitely check it out.
Okay.
All right, my number.
Your
What
top
we're
three.
on
I'm
number
very
three.
curious. I'm very curious what your top three is going to be, bud. I feel like you're going to have
So
a good shocker in here.
my number three is going to be a little movie called Seven, with
Mm.
Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, um, and he who shall not be named because he's been canceled. But you know who I'm talking about. It's a fun again, keeping with the fucked up theme. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm you've seen Seven, of course, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Another great
David
ending.
Fincher. David Fincher is one of my favorite directors. I pretty much love every movie he makes.
Yeah,
He
that
has
guy
a new
doesn't
one
miss.
coming
He
out
doesn't
on
miss.
Netflix called The Killer, I think, or something shooter. I can't remember the name of it. It looks fucking amazing.
Does
But
it?
yeah, I mean, not enough good things about Seven. Twist ending, another
Oh, and
fucked up ending.
just the like it's like a noir. I can never say that word, but
Yes,
it's
the
up. Yeah, it's always raining outside. You get the dynamic between Pitt and Morgan Freeman, and then becoming friends with Gwyneth, and that character, and just
hmm
like you said, all the fucked up kills by John Doe and all and shit. It's fucking incredible.
yeah. Did you even consider it for your list?
I did, I did.
You
I
did.
just wanted to mention
Didn't
a
quite
couple other
make it,
ones.
huh?
I didn't quite make it, but it's definitely deserving, 100%.
All right. I'll get to the number threes. Wayne Turner, Valentine. Another. I'm surprised that maybe there's still some time to see it, but I'm kind of surprised not to see it very
Yeah,
much
because it's a
tonight. But
popular movie.
Joseph the Horror Guy, The Nun 2.
Still got to
Is that
see
the one that
that.
just came out?
Yeah,
I've
this past
seen the
weekend.
first one. Yeah, I've heard it's pretty
I
good.
just saw the first one.
Slaughterhouse 1987. Does this count? Of course it does.
Yeah, it counts.
I
It
can't say
counts.
that I've seen it, but yeah, it counts.
I haven't seen
Um,
it.
let's see here. Wayne Turner, Midnight Meat Train. Talk about
Is that a porn?
porno sounding movie. Sounds like it. Must be some Australian horror porn. I'm just gonna guess. Alley Girl, Sleepy Hollow just came out on 4K. Johnny Depp,
Mm,
um, Christina
Tim
Ricci,
Burton.
the
Yeah.
Headless Horseman. Yep, another great Tim Burton movie. Um, I have it on 4K. I just got it. Maybe has a really cool steelbook. I'm gonna watch it and kind of revisit it. It came out what 99, I want to say. So it's
Yep.
getting quite up there. Sadly. Let's see here. Arachnophobia. Here's another champion here who had that one. So
Yep. So good.
another one I flirted with, but let's be honest. It's gonna have a sequel here, probably not too far off. Megan.
Right. I thought you were gonna have that.
R- Yeah, it's funny and yeah, I think it's better than Chucky. Just gonna go
Okay.
put that out there, but yeah, it's on Peacock if you want to watch that. Let's see here. Real Dead. There's only one. Real Dead Mike. Krampus. There is only one, to my knowledge. A Christmas horror movie. Love it. All right, I think that's gonna round us out on our
Shane
number
Shane
two.
Emerson. Shane
Shane Emerson.
Emerson and Real Dead. Each have threes in there. Real Dead as the
Wait a
Monster
minute.
Squad.
Someone threw me off here. Oh, I sorry. I
Yeah, yeah.
wait a minute. Joseph
Yeah, we're on
threw a number
threes.
2 in there.
That's okay. There's a few in mixed in there. There's threes. Real Dead and
All
Shane.
right.
They're mixed in.
Okay,
All
so
good.
it's stopped with.
And
Wait
Scott.
a minute. I don't.
Scott. Scott.
Oh,
Scott has the '80s movie. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I
the stuff about killer dessert, a killer desert or dessert.
think it's Killer Dessert.
I can't never get those straight.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've heard of it.
All right, there's number 3, Josh, the Monster Squad. I'm
Monster
glad
Squad.
you're doing number
Great.
2s because you're gonna have to scroll back through all this. And then
I'll
Shane
figure it
Emerson
out.
with Trick or Treat, which
Trick or
I
treat.
don't think we're done talking about. And I think
Ooh.
so. You'll have to scroll back and find the number 2s because they're all mixed in there.
Sounds good.
All right, what's your number 2?
Sounds good. We'll figure it out. My number 2 is Misery. Kathy Bates, another Stephen King movie. Kathy Bates, like I said, the performance of a lifetime. Here, she won a fucking Oscar for a horror movie, which is unheard of.
Yeah,
It's almost unheard of now, especially unheard of in the late '80s. Uh, but essentially, James Caan is a
the great
writer who
James
gets,
Caan. Yeah,
yeah, the great James Caan, another R.I.P. But he had an accident, car accident up in the winter, and he's bedridden. And Kathy Bates happens to be his number one fan, and she makes sure he stays bedridden as he gets better. And there's just some great scenes. It's just really creepy. Great performance by Bates, but like you said, James Caan's performance is up there as well. It's just a great movie, especially another one of those movies, where it's just a single location. How can a single location, how can a bedroom be fucking scary? Well, this bedroom is fucking scary when Kathy Bates is your nurse. So yeah, really really great movie, really well done.
yeah. Don't ever change your channel, Nick, because you never know. Someone could chase you down and break your
Yeah.
fucking legs.
Yes.
Don't ever change.
Yeah. Yes. All right, what do you
All
got for
right,
your number 2, Ben?
all right. So my number 2 is gonna be Trick or Treat. Like you said earlier, it's like a horror anthology. It's all these different tales, kind of classic things you would associate with Halloween.
Yeah.
It's all perfectly tied together. Kind of some urban legends, I think, of Halloween thrown in there. Just another one I'm shocked that there is no sequel to, but yeah, man, I can't say enough good things. Brian Cox, he's like the neighborhood old crazy man, and it talks, all the stories, the werewolves, all of it. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
it
sure
is.
everybody's seen it.
It's fun.
All right,
Yeah, it's fun.
all right.
It's so
Number
good.
2s.
All right, I'm scrolling up for the 2s here. I'm almost there. All right. So looking for 2s. If I miss you, I apologize. So just re-put it in the chat. We're starting with Wayne Turner. Or no, that's Midnight Meat Train. We already did that. See, I'm
Yeah,
already thrown off here. Wayne, we're gonna get your number 1 after that. I saw it. But number 2 is. I swear I thought this was gonna be
I already
easier.
did Joseph's number 2, Megan.
Okay, Adam Howard with Signs, not horror. Well, I was horrified. So Vamanos. Yeah, I would consider it horror. I love Signs. Signs is fantastic. Uh, Definitely one of M. Night Shyamalan's best. Blake with They Live, another John Carpenter. A lot of John Carpenter. That's a movie that is prime for a remake. The message of that movie is more relevant now than it was in the late '80s. Carpenter was apparently ahead of his time with this one, but it's very campy. Uh, you know, and I think you get that campiness when you have a professional wrestler as your lead actor. Um, Although Blake's a
Yeah,
big
who would
Hulk
be good
Hogan
for the
actor,
remake
man.
of
So
They Live? Who do you think would be good?
I don't know.
Like you have to
That's
throw
a
at
good
least
question.
one wrestler in there. So who would
Not
be a
John
good one?
Cena. Not John
Not
Cena.
not
We'll
John
say
Cena.
that.
You can't see him.
Yeah.
Even with
Yeah.
the
You can win.
glasses, you can't see him.
Yes.
So no.
Yes. Uh, but yeah, I love They
I,
Live. It's become kind of a pop culture phenomenon. Can't talk.
yeah.
With Obey and things like that. But it's great. Allie going with some Marky Mark action with Fear with Mark Wahlberg and what's her face?
Reese
Young
Witherspoon. Yeah.
Reese
I
Witherspoon.
think
Yeah,
Alyssa Milano is also in that.
she is. She
Yeah.
is. Fear's great. Um, let's keep going here. See any more number twos? Scott with Cherry Falls about a killer who kills high school virgins. I think you've mentioned this before, Scott, too.
Yep.
Cherry Falls.
It's
Yeah, it
come up.
sounds interesting. And what I love about Scott, I love that you know that a lot of these we might not know, so you're putting a synopsis on there, a brief synopsis. Thank you, because that I'm gonna come back and rewatch this and write stuff down. Let's see. Real Dead with Trick or Treat and Krampus. So a couple holiday flicks there. Both have been talked about, but yeah, agrees with you, Bud, on Trick or Treat. Shane with Brain Dead, aka Dead Alive. Peter Jackson. Interesting. Never heard of it. Although Dead Alive sounds familiar. Maybe that's the one I've heard of.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So there's number one's way up there. I'm gonna have to go find the first one. But if you want to go ahead and give your number one, I'll let you
All
talk
right, my
about
number
that one.
one. I've been building this up, so everybody prepare to be disappointed. But if you have not seen this, I am fucking begging you to watch this movie. It's a movie from 2001, and it's called Session 9. You ever seen it, bud?
I've heard of it. I have not seen it.
So it is about a group of asbestos cleaners. So a group that comes and takes asbestos out. Um, and they are bidding on a job at Danvers like psychiatric hospital in the old insane asylum that has been abandoned. And it's really filmed at this actual Danvers hospital, and they film it there. They didn't even bring anything in there for set dressing. This is actually how this place is. And essentially, they bid on the job, and they need to. I'm not going to ruin it here, but they need to clean the asbestos out in a week, and it's a 3-week job. So there's all the stress about that. And this guy finds these videotapes. He starts listening to them, not videotapes, audio tapes. And he starts listening to them. And there's 9 sessions. So it starts out in this, he's listening. And while he's listening to these tapes, there's some like maybe supernatural things happening to the workers while they're there. Maybe not. You don't know. And it plays on that. But essentially, this hospital, it's very similar to The Shining, where the Overlook is driving people mad and the Overlook is a character. Well, this hospital is a fucking character. And almost the entire movie is in the daytime. It's filmed in the daytime. But because it's an abandoned hospital, you have all these dark rooms with a small window with just light shining through. And it's just bathed in dread and creepy atmosphere. And if you like slow burns, if you like movies that just kind of take their time and just have this ominous feeling, this deep unsettling tone like an Ari Aster movie, I would highly encourage that you watch Session 9 because it's fucking just very unsettling. You don't know how to feel when you're done watching this movie. You might need to take some time to kind of digest what you just saw. It's that fucking good in my opinion. So if you haven't seen Session 9, I would highly encourage you to check it out and let me know what you think.
Well, you made a passionate case for it, so I wrote it down and I will
I
definitely
did.
look for it. You did. You sold me. All right, my number one is gonna
Yeah,
be.
what's yours?
I've talked about it before. Dress to Kill. Came out in
Hmm.
1980, directed by Brian De Palma. It's it's like your elevated kind of artsy fartsy kind of slasher. Has Michael Caine, Angie Dickinson, Keith Gordon. You remember him from Christine.
Yeah.
Deborah
Michael Caine,
Allen.
huh?
Remember her
Okay.
from several things. I think this was I think she's married to Brian De Palma. So I think he used her a couple of times. There was another movie he directed with John Travolta that she was in, but she was in RoboCop, several things from the early 80s. She's a pretty underrated actress. She's really good in this, but a lot of good scares, pretty creepy, and yeah, Dress to Kill. If you can find it, definitely check it
I,
out.
I've heard of it. I know you've mentioned it before, but I've never seen it.
Yeah,
If it's your
it's
number one, I'm definitely
it's
gonna
really
check it
good.
out, man.
I just
And
remember being
Brian
a
De Palma's good, man.
yeah,
He's
he
directed the
is.
shit out of it. I know he's got some other things going on, but he's directed the shit out of a lot of great
Yeah,
movies. So
it's
yeah,
kind of like Halloween with me. I saw it when I was very young. Like I shouldn't have been
okay,
watching it, but my mom didn't
yeah.
give a fuck. And then this movie scared the shit out of me, man. And it's very enjoyable even to this day. All right, let's get to the chat. Wayne Turner, The Frighteners.
I love The Frighteners.
Yeah, Peter. I didn't know Peter Jackson directed that, but I knew
Yep.
Michael J. Fox was in it.
Yep.
I think it just came out. I think it recently out on 4K, so maybe I'll watch it after all. Joseph the Horror Guy, Saw. Be a new one soon. So
Yep.
let's see here. I gotta scroll through all this. Judd Nelson is in Nurse 3D, according to Shane Emerson. Haven't really seen him in very much these days.
He was in
He's
a
kind of type.
not the while you're looking. John Nelson was in a TV horror movie where he was like killing these young girls and putting them like in bottom of a lake. I can't remember what it's called, but that I remember watching on TV when I was
Oh
younger.
yeah, I vaguely remember it. Yes, we'll have to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Blake, Sleepy Hollow High, incredible masterpiece. Dawson's Creek
Hmm.
meets Scream. It sounds like some made-for-TV stuff, maybe.
Does, but maybe in a good way.
Never heard of it though. I'm gonna have to write it down because it definitely has a cool name.
Yeah, it does.
Does it have a headless person in it at least?
Headless
Hollow,
James Vanderbeek.
like the PE teacher or something gets killed and comes back with no head. Because that does sound fun. Let's see here. Brain Scan,
Right.
Alley Girl. I've
Haven't seen
never
that.
heard of this. Is it similar to Scanners, which I just watched again recently?
Yeah, I just watched it
What
first
a
time
what
recently.
a weird movie with a bunch of Canadians in it. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
It's crazy.
Let's see here. Dave Bautista would be great in They Live. Do you think? Fill the wrestler role.
Yeah, I would take that.
I Saw the Devil from Shane Emerson, Korean horror thriller. Damn, if we were
I've
throwing
heard that's
Korean horror
fantastic.
thrillers in, I would have put Parasite on my list. Parasite, it's
Parasite.
it's all in
Yeah.
Korean, but it's so easy to follow. Fucking awesome. If you ever see that, if you ever find that, just take the
I've
time,
heard it's
just be
good.
patient. It's amazing. But I Saw the Devil, I have not heard of, but if I can find it, I can check it out. Let's see here. Joseph is seeing Exorcist Believer, Saw, X. Is it X or 10, Nick? And Five Nights in Freddy's. Man, that shit's all
I
coming
think
quick.
it's X. Yeah.
All right, Real Dead. Hereditary. I love how it rewards you on repeat viewings. So much to the movie. Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, it's good.
And yeah, I would have considered it for my list, but there's just so many other ones I just prefer more. But yeah, it's a really worth it. I think Ari Aster has repeat viewing potential for sure.
Yep.
Darkness Falls, 2003 movie about the Tooth Fairy killer.
That's one that I've been wanting to check out.
D&G Explorer says Case 39 is also good also.
Okay.
I can see it in my mind's eye. Nick, I'm sorry, Wayne Turner, he says he has Session 9 on DVD.
Nice. Oh, it's
And he
Boss's
loves the
favorite movie.
ending.
Interesting, Blake.
Yeah, Poltergeist, Lavelle Jackson had a few sequels and a remake. Yeah, Poltergeist 3 takes place in a skyscraper.
High rise in Chicago. Yeah.
Pretty,
Stars your boy Tom Skerritt from
yeah,
Top Gun.
not too bad. Has a pretty good, strong cast there.
Yeah, it's just sad. It's sad to watch though, knowing that she died during the filming.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't bring back Joe Beth Williams and what's his face.
Yeah,
It had them living in this
coach. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it, but I can't say it. Let's see here. What about Dawn of the Dead? I think it is a remake and yeah.
Sequel. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead would have been a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wayne Turner was Shaun of the Dead. Thanks for tuning in, Wayne. Have a good day of work. We'll see
Yeah,
you
see you,
on the
Wayne.
next one. Let's see here. Blake, great topic. Great show tonight. I appreciate it,
Thanks,
Blake.
Blake.
All the love to you, man. Thanks for tuning in. While everybody's here, if you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. I see about 10 people have hit it, so that's a good start. Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker circa 1984.
I like the
Another
name.
one
That
I'm
sounds
looking
fun
to
to say.
find.
Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. That's
Are
fun to say.
horror cartoons, any horror cartoons out there? Like A Nightmare Before Christmas? Would you consider that a horror cartoon?
Yeah, because most horror cartoons you're going to have a little comedy type stuff. So yeah, I would say so. I always said Nightmare on Elm Street was primed for of any franchise was primed to go cartoon route. Yeah.
So Shane Emerson
Yeah, Shane,
says,
I'll send you a message. Let's see if we can hook up, buddy.
let's see here. Honorable mention is Christmas Bloody Christmas about robotic Santa Claus. Do you have any honorable
Yeah,
mentions before we
I had
tune
a
out?
few. I had my Hereditary. The Prowler was I wanted to put on my list. The Prowler, Joseph Zito, uh, from the
Oh,
early '80s.
I've been meaning to watch that. I
Yeah,
see
it's
it
good, man.
all the time on Amazon Prime,
Yeah,
and I
it's good.
definitely need to check that out.
And then two more I had were Killer Clowns from Outer Space because I just think it's fun. And then Event Horizon was also an honorable mention.
Yeah,
How about
I
you?
would have Chopping Mall. It's kind of a all these
Mm-hmm.
teens are stuck in the mall, and they're all the robot security guards. That's pretty cool. Pretty underrated slasher type of movie. Let's see, Frailty. Blake says Frailty was an incredible pick. And yeah, it does not.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind of
so good.
lost in the '90s shuffle, isn't it? Frailty,
It
a little bit
is.
lost,
It is.
but I would
Well,
say
and here's my thought. So Frailty and Such a Nine, the two that I was saying that I just feel like need to be talked about more. They both came out. I think they both came out in 2001. So like it was at like you said with the '90s going on. I think those are movies that weren't like the Screams, the Urban Legends, the I Know What You Did Last Summer. So they kind of flew under the radar. They're just different types of movies, and those types of movies weren't blockbusters. They weren't, they weren't movies that kids in high school would want to see. So I just feel like they just, like you said, they just flew under the radar. And when you look back, it's like, oh man, this is really fucking good. Why didn't this get the attention that it deserved? And it's just the time it came out. You know, Vacancy. I love Vacancy, Shane.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I like it
like
too.
that with Luke Wilson. So I think it's better than The Strangers. I really, really love Vacancy.
Yeah, speaking of strangers, they're getting ready to unveil that. It's gonna like they're releasing a
Trilogy.
whole trilogy next year. That's pretty fucking
Is
crazy to me. They're gonna
Rennie
film.
fucking Harlan directing it?
Yes, yes.
He seems like an odd choice. Like I know he did Nightmare 4, but he's like a big like Die Hard 2. He's a big like razzle dazzle guy, and The Strangers should be something that's simple, right?
Nick, are you going to any horror cons this year? I need to do that. We need to do that
Yeah,
one
I'm
of these
going to
days.
Spookala. First weekend in October, I'm going to Spookala. Spookala, I can't remember. But Nick Castle's there. I'm
Is
gonna
it
try to meet him. Is that
anybody
what?
else? Just Nick Castle?
No, that's what what's it? Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lilliard, Devin Saw, um, Tyler Main. There's all kinds of people. Spookala. Look at. I'll send you a link, bud, to show you. But yeah, it's
So
got
the
all
thing about these, you have to actually pay to meet the person and pay for like a
70
picture.
fucking. So you got to pay to go, and then most of them are between 70 or maybe $60 and $90 to meet them. What the fuck? Yeah.
And we got to start doing
So that's
the
why when
horror
I say Nick
conventions, Nick.
Castle, we do. But when I say I'm going to meet
So
Nick Castle, like
that's the
that's the
only
only
one
one
you're
I'm
going to
willing
shell
to
out
pay
for.
for because Skeet Ulrich's going to live for a while, right?
True.
Castle could be dead the next time I have a chance to see him. So I feel like if I'm going to see one person, it's got to be the OG shape. So. But I'll
All
get a
right. So
selfie with him.
out of these three, Jamie Lee Curtis, Nev Campbell, who's another one I would throw in? Maybe Danielle Harris. Who would you pay? If you could only pay for one of those, who would it be?
It's easy. Jamie Lee Curtis. It's between Jamie Lee
like to
Curtis and
mix
Nev
it up.
Campbell, I
Oh yeah, for sure,
easily.
for sure.
But it- yeah, it'd be Jamie Lee Curtis. Maybe I could pay her in
Yeah, I'd pay her
yogurt. Who knows?
$200 to tell her that you know, she should have just stopped at H2O. I would love
Shane,
to just
look at Shane. Pay for what exactly?
let's where is it? Man, there's so many on here. Pay to meet Danielle Harris. A lot of people would pick Danielle Harris. Alley Girl, Lavelle.
I have some
So
issues with Danielle Harris.
Joseph says it is expensive. Well, if that's how you want to pay your hard-earned money.
Yeah, I'm
But
not
there
telling
is a
anyone how
pork.
to spend their money. Just,
But there's a
yeah,
Porkers
P45.
Reunion con in Texas next March. People are tagging me on Facebook. Like I'd go there and I'd pay meat to fall asleep in his chili. Wouldn't you do that, Blake? That'd be about all I would pay for. There were some other good ones I missed, but we've been going hour 15
Hey,
minutes.
we're good.
So well, I guess let's wrap it up. Nick, do you have anything you're gonna promote? Anything you have coming up?
Nah, fuck it. I don't care.
Nah. You're not
No,
gonna do
I don't
the
know.
Nev the Nev video or something?
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants right now, and you know, making as many videos as
Well,
I
you've been
feel like
putting out some
making.
really good stuff lately.
Thank you, thank you. I wouldn't say good, but we'll say mediocre, right? Mediocre is good for me. But yeah, no, no, we'll see. I got a lot of plans for October. I just don't want to announce things and kind of get lazy because it's going to be a busy month coming up. Uh, so I got a lot of plans. I'm definitely going to do some good shit for October. It's not going to be Blake and Ronnie with a video every single day, but I definitely got some ideas. So stay tuned. I just don't want to announce them and kind of lock it in, and then renege and have people, say what the fuck. So how about you? What do you got coming up?
Oh, I'm going on another 2-week hiatus. I'm gonna be out of town for work in a hellhole.
Mm,
So sadly, I won't be able to put anything out for the next. It'll be a couple weeks, but I'll try to do some stuff for October. We'll be back for. I'm sure we'll do Take It to the Grave when I get back. So we're gonna have to
yep.
come up with. It's gonna be October, so we're gonna have to come up with. We've kind of always wasted all the good top 10 lists. We're gonna have to come up with something for
Yeah,
Halloween,
one of them I know
right?
we're gonna do it. It might be next time. It might not be next time. But top 10 70s horror movies.
We could do that. We
And
could
let me
do a top 10.
tell you
Oh,
something
go ahead.
about 70s horror movies. The top 10 70s horror movies. I know the 80s is the best, right? The 70s top. If you're looking top to bottom, like the top 10, 70s is better than the 80s. I'm telling you, if you actually think
Okay.
about it.
I
What were you
guess we'll
saying? We
have to
could do
do
top
that.
10 what?
Top 10
What were you thinking?
horror movie nude scenes. I'm just throwing some shit out there. No, I'm
Does
joking.
Kelly
We
Meeker
wouldn't do that.
count? No, Kelly Meeker doesn't count. No.
No, it's kind of all or nothing. All or nothing.
Pamela
Ooh,
Soup does.
look at that. Top 10 slasher mass killer designs. What do you think of that?
It's not bad. Ooh, Blake with a good one too. Scream 6.
Top 10 worst killer reveals. Scream 6. Could be. It could
See, this
be.
is this is what we need to do. We need to ask our audience, do some polls or something.
So yeah,
Give us some ideas.
yeah, AMC Fear Fest definitely starts soon. Yeah, we have some good ideas. Top 10 kills in any horror film, not just slashers.
Yeah. You know,
Aren't
it'd be a
all
good
horror
one.
films kind of slashers though?
Scariest,
What's that?
yeah, kind of scariest scenes in non-horror movies, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. What to think? Yeah. We'll think about it. We'll ask you guys for some
I like
input
the
on
top
it.
10
And
masks, and I like the 70s. So we'll probably do one of those, I think. What do you think?
yeah,
I think
yeah.
we'll
And
just
if
go
we're
with
getting to
top.
October, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll give everybody a head start. Top 10 70s horror movies. So go ahead and get to
Yep.
work on your list. All right,
Yeah.
man. So I guess we'll wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. So much fun to do this, to share the lists, and we'll be looking out for you in a couple of weeks. So everybody have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.